Okay, let's dive right into this explainer on the Alphabet Toss Challenge. Today we're looking at a really, and I mean an incredibly effective method for early education. We're throwing out the boring, static list of letters and exploring how to turn a simple phonetics chart into a fully interactive, kinesthetic game. So let's break down this A to Z journey.
Hey there, super learners. Are you ready to move your body and train your brain? That right there, that's the crucial point. It's all about the brain-body connection. By tying physical movement directly to cognitive recall, learners are just way more likely to actually retain the information. It gets kids actively engaged rather than just sitting there passively listening.
And the game mechanics are elegantly simple, so you can easily play along at home or in a classroom. Step 1, you aim the beanbag. Step 2, toss it onto a brightly colored letter mat scattered on the floor. And step 3, wherever it lands, you learn the letter, its distinct phonetic sound, and a corresponding word. It essentially turns learning into a really fun game of chance and skill.
So let's say the beanbag lands on the first letter of the alphabet. You don't just say the letter. No, you over-articulate the sound to really build up that phonetic awareness. It's apple. You want the learner to literally feel the shape their mouth makes when forming that short vowel sound. This creates an incredibly energetic call-and-response environment.
Round 1, A to G. To keep the momentum high, we're going to chunk the alphabet into some smaller, bite-sized rounds.
Let's walk through these first 4 sounds. We already know A gives us that sound for apple. Next up, if your toss lands on B, you're going to really emphasize that punchy consonant sound, b, bear. For C, we hit the back of the throat with a crisp k sound for cat. And for D, just press your tongue right behind your teeth for the d sound in dog. You can see how mapping out the letter, sound, and word gives us this perfect little roadmap for practice. Let's finish out this first round and build that phonetics foundation. For E, we have the short vowel sound. Kind of let your mouth drop open slightly to say egg. Then we get the friction of the F sound, fish. And finally, G gives us that hard guttural g sound found in goat. Notice how alternating between vowels and different types of consonants like this keeps the vocal warm-up super dynamic.
Imagine the physical action right now. Whoa, look where it landed. Every single toss is a brand new surprise, a whole new minigame to solve. So, what's next? Round 2, H to N. We are moving deeper into the alphabet, the energy is staying high, and the beanbags keep flying. Let's navigate this next section by really paying attention to how the air moves when we make these sounds. For H, it's just a breathy push of air. Hat. For I, we have a very sharp, short vowel sound I, like in igloo. Then we get to J with jam, and K, which gives us another sharp K sound for kite, which is actually really similar to our C from earlier. Let's isolate that complex sound for the letter J. It's a textured, almost buzzing noise that combines a duh and a soft j. Try practicing it out loud with me right now. J, jam. Breaking down tricky sounds like this is exactly why this game works so incredibly well for early reading skills. Rounding out this section, I'll guide you through some liquid and nasal sounds. These are so much fun to say aloud. For L, your tongue hits the roof of your mouth. Lull, lion. Then we move to the nasal sounds. Your lips come together for M, monkey, and your tongue blocks the air for N, nose. Ensure you're repeating these with me. You can literally feel how the sound vibrates right in your nasal cavity. Did you say it with me? Let's keep going. Prompting the learner like this is an absolute must in this game. It's just a quick check-in to make sure those cognitive wheels are turning before we launch the next beanbag. Round 3, O to U. We are officially past halfway point of the alphabet now. Let's look at the sounds for this round. O gives us the open, rounded aw for octopus. Then we have a fantastic popping sound for P. Really build up the air pressure behind your lips and just let it go. Pig. Q brings us to queen, which we'll look at closer in a second. And then we have the rolling, slightly growling sound for rabbit. We're pausing here to heavily emphasize the letter Q. Why? Because Q almost always brings its friend U along for the ride, creating a totally unique consonant cluster. It's a 2-part sound. Qua, queen. I invite all you super learners out there to make that sound out loud. It is tricky, but mastering it is a huge milestone. Now let's deliver these next sounds with some snappy, playful energy. The letter S is a continuous hissing sound. S, s, sun. You can hold that sound for literally as long as you have breath. Then we immediately contrast it with the crisp stopping sound of T. T, t, tiger. Finally, we drop your jaw for the short U vowel sound. Umbrella. The contrast between these consecutive sounds makes the game highly engaging. Let's toss our imaginary beanbag one last time. It's flying through the air. Where will it land next? Building up the suspense is exactly how you keep someone's attention all the way to the end of a lesson. Final round, V to Z. We are covering the last 5 letters, and these contain some of the most unique and vibrant sounds in the English language. Let's finish strong. Take a look at these 3. I want you to carefully articulate the vibrating sound of V. Your top teeth should gently touch your bottom lip. Vuv, vuv, violin. Next is W, which requires rounding your lips and pushing a breath of air straight through. W, w, whale. And then there's X. The letter X is special because it doesn't really have its own unique sound. Instead, it mashes a K and an S sound together. Try it. X, x, X-ray. It can be pretty tricky for early learners to wrap their heads around, which is exactly why giving it its own moment in the spotlight is so beneficial. And we bring it all the way home with our final 2 letters. For Y, we have the gliding Y sound as in yo-yo. And finally, the letter Z. You want to create a really strong buzzing vibration right behind your teeth. Z, z, zebra. And just like that, we have completed our entire A to Z journey. Ready for your next toss? The mechanics we've unpacked in this explainer today, the aiming, the tossing, the vocalizing, they all work together to create an environment where learning literally feels like play. This overarching kinesthetic framework ensures that physical movement directly cements the phonetic knowledge. You've successfully trained your brain from A to Z using this simple but super powerful framework. So my challenge to you is to take what you've learned off screen. Set up your own mats, grab a beanbag, and start playing. Because the real question is, which letter will your beanbag land on next? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.